Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this your daily go getism number 680 for August 13th, 2016. Tonight we want to talk about trying to get into what you really ain't feeling. Say that again. Trying to get into what you really ain't feeling. If you've ever been introduced to something by somebody that you really liked or loved or respected or were trying to get to know, but it wasn't really something that jived too well with you. You just decided that you want to try it out and, see if maybe you could expand your horizons and maybe even discover something new that you didn't really think about before, or something that you had prejudices against. Trying to get into something that you really ain't feeling. Now see, that's one thing when something is introduced to you that you really didn't have an opinion about that much. And it could be a lot of things. It could be a sport. It could be like some kind of social activity. It could be food. Food is one of those things that definitely separate people and polarizes people and makes people think about what they're doing. I mean, people are very particular about what they put in their mouths. Some people are. Some people are very open to trying new foods and maybe new foods by different cultures and things like that, which I think is a good way to be personally. But not everybody adheres to that. Not everybody wants to be expansive. Not everybody wants to be experimental. And so if you have grown up in a household where basically it was either chicken or spaghetti or steak or liver or that was the nasty meal, the liver part, so it's like chicken wings or macaroni and cheese and green beans and things like that. Basically American soul food, or just American food in general, hamburgers and fries, things that don't really raise anybody's eyebrows because of American culture. But then when you get with, let's say you get a new girlfriend or a new boyfriend, and they're from the islands, they're from the Caribbean islands or something like that, or Latino, and a lot of their dishes have like rice, so they eat a lot of rice. Everything they eat seems to always have rice with it, and maybe that's not your deal, Maybe everything that you were taught to eat, you have bread with it, but not really rice, and maybe the portions that you are being introduced to aren't what you are used to. Bottom line is, if you're used to eating fried chicken all the time, and you get with somebody that's introducing you to curry chicken or jerk chicken or curry goat or oxtails or something like that. Sure, oxtails seem to be very, very popular in a lot of urban American settings now because of the influx of people from the Caribbean. But it wasn't always like that. I mean, I know we had it in my family all the time. My mom used to fix that kind of stuff. But not everybody did that, and some people really like it and some people don't. But when you're really not digging it, but you're trying it out because your new boo is from another place, or they just want you to check out something, and this is at a time when this relationship hasn't really been established, so you really trying to do whatever you have to do in order to get in. I'm not even talking about sexual. I mean get in as far as having somebody like you and get next to you, get to know you. If you want them to be your man or your woman or something like that. So you gonna try to get into whatever it is that they get into. But you might not be feeling that. And what happens when you ain't really feeling it? So you've tried it once, you've tried it twice, whatever. You're not thinking about striking out. Like, yo, look, I'm not trying to do this 3 times. I ain't really digging it. But if you're digging that person and you think that maybe they're going to break out on you if you don't try to get into what they get into, because maybe they need somebody that's really compatible with them, and you may feel the same way. So what they're going to do? Same thing with video games. How many women have gotten with a man who really likes video games? And women may And you might be the type of woman that thinks that playing video games is for little boys. It's for young people. But, you know, he buys video games, he plays video games online, and he really enjoys it. You know, maybe he handles all his other business, you know, like he takes care of his kids, makes sure that that his bills and financial situation is straight. He may even show you love and all of that, but he likes to play the game. And sometimes he spends hours playing the game. So maybe you try to get into playing the game. Maybe you don't like playing the games with him, but maybe you want to be supportive of him. But you ain't really feeling that. So if it was up to you, your new boo wouldn't be playing these video games. He'd be doing something else fun, constructive. Maybe cuddling up with you on the couch watching a reality TV show, loving basketball, loving hip hop, or something dumb like that. Yeah, I said dumb. This shit is ridiculous. And I haven't even watched it and I know it's ridiculous. Just hearing about it. Anyway, that's another thing. You get with somebody and they're into reality TV. You ain't feeling that. You think that's for airheads. You think that's for people with small minds. But your new boo likes to watch that kind of stuff. And every now and then you gotta watch it with him. So you find yourself trying to get into this foolishness. You ain't really feeling it, but you're trying to get into what you ain't feeling. Happens all the time. How about that motorcycle club thing? There's so many adults now that are part of motorcycle club. Biker gangs. And they do biker gang stuff too. Some of them claim not to be outlaws, but they do outlaw stuff. And not only that, but when you join a biker gang, they become your new family, just like a regular gang. So what if you ain't feeling that? But you got into this whole biker gang thing because you had a new boo. And they was into that. Or you had a good friend and they were into that. So you tried to get into it. Tried to wrap your head around wearing these black leather vests, bandanas, and even riding a motorcycle. Maybe you don't even like to ride. But you part of the crew. You down with the crew. And you see some of the activities that go on with that, you realize, like, this really is a gang. You gotta be kidding me. I am a grown person over 40 years old. You mean to tell me that I done got into a situation where I gotta pay dues and there's a hierarchy system? Man, you must be crazy. But you're trying to get into what you ain't feeling. Last but not least. Swinging. You get with somebody that wants to introduce you into swinging. You know, having sex with other people than the person that you either go with or are married to. Your head got to be in a certain place in order to get the swinging thing off. Because that's not an easy thing to do for people who believe in monogamous relationships. And what you mean you want to have sex with somebody else besides me? And you want me to do that with somebody else? Or you want me to approve of it? And not only that, but they have orgies and stuff like that. Just keeping it 100. Swinger parties are orgies. But then again, they also have straight up and down orgies. Trying to get into what you ain't feeling. Because your new boo wants to introduce you to some new shit. And basically, what he's doing or she's doing is turning you out. That's what the turnout is. That's when you accept what you never thought that you would be a part of. Or that you would accept. That's how you get turned out. Because part of you likes that. You got turned out. It's not an easy thing to do, man. But I'll tell y'all this. You can always say no. You can always quit right where you are. You can always change directions. Either that or you can get into what you're not really feeling. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, when you trying to get into what you ain't feeling, it's not going to be an easy thing. It's going to be a bumpy ride. It's a hard thing. It's not easy. But you can get it done. You know, if you are serious about whatever it is that you're trying. Maybe you're not feeling it because you don't know how how to work it, or you don't know how it works. So you're hanging in there, trying to get into what you ain't feeling. I don't know. If it's something positive, give it a shot. That's what I say. And even if it's negative, maybe the person who introduced you to it isn't negative, so you don't have to beat them up for introducing you into it, because we all make our own decisions at the end of the day. Y'all have a good night. Yo, UrbanTherapyWithSon.com, baby. Get down with this movie. Don't front. It's a beautiful thing. It's a lovely thing. It's that Donald Trump bullshit. When you're trying to get into what you are not feeling,